Hey family, it's your girl, Ms. Angel, and we are back with another deep dive. Today we're getting into something real. I'm moving to the Netherlands, and I need a job. Now what? Because let's be honest, moving is one thing, but getting hired in a whole new country, that's a different game. So we're breaking it all the way down. What works, what doesn't, and what you need to do to actually position yourself to get selected. If you're serious about your next move, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and when you're ready to stop guessing and start getting results, connect with our team at w.r.a.c. Let's get into it. The Dutch immigration process is thorough because the Netherlands is serious about who it welcomes. That's not a bad thing. It means that when you do get through, and you will get through if you are prepared, it actually means something. Your interview is not the enemy. Unpreparedness is the enemy. Welcome to the Netherlands. So what kind of interview is this exactly? Quick housekeeping, because Dutch interview means different things depending on where you are in your journey. Long stay visa or residence permit. You're probably headed to the IND, the Immigration and Naturalization Service, which is a mouthful in any language. Highly skilled migrant route. Your employer's sponsorship does a lot of the work, but you still need to show up as a coherent human. Family reunification, brace yourself. There may be interviews in your home country and in the Netherlands. Yes, 2. The Dutch are thorough. We'll get into it. And if you're going for full Dutch citizenship, that involves the civic integration exam, language testing, and enough paperwork to wallpaper a canal house. Different episode. But know which interview you're walking into before you walk in. Here's a real example. Let's call her Amara. Amara is a project manager from Nigeria, great job offer in Rotterdam, paperwork is solid. The officer asks, "What will you do if your employment ends?" Amara, being a go-getter, says, "Oh, I'd find another job. Rotterdam has a great tech scene, flags everywhere." Not because she's wrong, but because that answer sounds like someone who plans to stay regardless of their legal status. What they want to hear is, "I understand my permit is tied to my employment. If that changed, I'd notify the IND and work within whatever legal options are available, including returning home if needed." Same person, same intentions, completely different impression. You are not in that room to prove you're great. You are there to prove you are not a risk. That is the whole game. Now let's talk about the day itself. First, show up early. The IND offices are spread across the country, and traffic in the Randstad is unhinged. Flustered and sweaty is not the energy. Bring originals and copies of everything. Yes, everything. There is no prize for packing light. If you need an interpreter, request one in advance. Do not show up and hope for the best. Practice formal English if that's not your default. Full sentences, clear pace. You don't need to be eloquent. You need to be understood. In the waiting room, fluorescent lights, plastic chairs, everyone quietly terrified. Completely normal. You've got this. And after the interview, the approval comes in writing. So celebrate, eat a stroopwafel, you earned it. If you're denied, you have 4 weeks to file an appeal called bezwaar in Dutch. Now, you know a Dutch word, you're basically fluent. Don't miss that window. Get legal advice fast. And if it's just delayed, welcome to the club. Document everything, follow up, and know that excessive delays do have legal remedies. The Netherlands is bureaucratic, but it is not lawless. Now let's talk about the big picture overall. Here's what I actually respect about this process. It's rigorous because it's trying to be fair. They're not trying to trick you. They're trying to verify you. And once you get that, the interview stops being something happening to you and becomes something you can control. You cannot control the officer's mood or a policy that changed last month. You can control your preparation, your consistency, and your composure. Your interview is not the enemy. Unpreparedness is the enemy. Walk in ready. Walk in calm. Walk in like someone who did the work. Because if you're listening to this, you already have. Now, here's where I get a little personal with you. If you are navigating an international move, you already know that your resume and your professional story need to land differently in a new country. What worked back home might not translate. Dutch employers review documents differently. They value directness, clarity, and evidence. Not fluff, not filler, not a 3-page life story when one type page will do. That is exactly what Wright's Resumes and Connections, w.r.a.c, is here for. w.r.a.c helps you get your professional presentation right. Resumes, LinkedIn, the whole package, built to actually work in the market you're entering, not the one you're leaving. Because showing up to a new country with an outdated resume is like showing up to your Dutch interview unprepared. Technically possible to survive, not recommended. So don't leave your first impression to chance. Head to Wright's Resumes and Connections and let's get your story straight. On paper, where it counts. Links in the show notes. Listen, you know what to do. Until next time, family.